philosopher Cicero had said, gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. Fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests, good evening to you all.
Good evening.
On a weekend night after dinner, we were doing table topics at home. The topics were not prepared. They were quite impromptu. At first, I gave a couple of topics to my daughter and son. Later, my daughter surprised me with a topic I did not expect from a 9-year-old child. She asked me to speak on if I had no children. For a few moments, I was speechless. I recollected my senses and counted a few blessings or things which I would have missed if I had no children. No sooner I finished my speech, my 8-year-old son quipped, "Papa, you missed an important point." I turned to him and asked, "What was that?" He replied, "You didn't say who would take care of me when I grow old if I had no children." I was deeply touched and felt the most luckiest father on this planet. I wish and hope that he takes care of me if I live that longer. But many are not that fortunate. According to a survey conducted recently in India, 1 in every 3 senior citizens or elderly people is abused. The situation might be different, but no country, no city, no place is free from this malaise. In a few reprehensible cases, and I say most reprehensible cases, children abuse parents, snatch their properties, and abandon them. While in less cruel cases, they just shy away from their responsibility and leave them alone. As human beings, all of us need attention. So do the elders. In fact, like children, they need more attention. They get restless and impatient quickly. This irritates children and they start neglecting them. And here, the vicious circle ensues. Let me recall a story which someone had quoted in his lecture on care for elderly. A father who was living in a different town calls up his son and asks him if he could come and stay with them over the weekend. The son at first tries to evade him, but ultimately agrees. The father somehow makes his son come along with him for a walk. After they finish walking, they sit down on a bench. The father sees a bird on a tree and asks his son, "What is that bird?" The son replies, "That's a parrot." After some time, the father repeats the question, "Son, what is that bird?" The son now raises his brows and retorts in a heavy voice, "I just told you, that's a parrot." "Oh my goodness, you started forgetting things now? I had just changed your eyeglasses last month and still can't see properly." The father keeps silence, and when they return home, he pulls out an old diary from his bag and turns its decrepit pages and hands it over to his son to read. That relevant page read, "Today was Sunday and I had taken my 4-year-old son to a park near my house. He was very excited to see a parrot and kept asking its name. I was very happy to see his enthusiasm and kept repeating, 'Parrot, parrot, parrot,' until we reached